It's No Baby.
Yo, it's your boy Nope. We are back on the Nope Show. All right, I want to start off today by saying, how are y'all feeling? I hope y'all feeling blessed. Hope y'all feeling good. Let's start off with this UFC 259 main card because I really only care about one fight for real that I'm really invested in. As far as that, when I think about it, it's gonna have to be Israel Santa versus Jan. Incredible fight that's gonna be coming up, y'all. A lot of people have been saying that it's just Israel Santa's show, Israel Santa time. Yes, we can argue that fact, but let's just go like this with my opinion. Israel Santa, what, 6'4", Jan is 6'2", so Israel has height advantage right now. As far as reach, Israel Santa has 80 inches, and I think Jan has 78, so he even has reach as far as height. On jiu-jitsu front, I know that Jan's a black belt. Now, I was going to say that Izzy was a blue, but my recent research has seen that he just got his purple belt the other day. So now he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. So a purple belt and a black belt, which the black belt, should outweigh on that one with Jan. But, Israel's a striker. Jan, see, it's hard to put Jan into a category with that as far as like a striker, a grappler, because if you really watch Jan, he has great Muay Thai, he has great takedown offense, he's got great submission, he's got great, like to me, he's got good hands. I mean, he's a very universal fighter to me. So I'm going to give him he's a universal fighter instead of just saying that he's just good at one aspect, because Israel Santa would be only good at striking to me, and his defensive takedown is really good. But as far as on the ground, when he fought Kevin Gastelum, no surprise, nothing. Nothing. It was nothing really when they got on the ground. Every time it wasn't nothing. So I'd offer y'all to go back into that Kevin Gastelum fight, because that's probably the only person that really gave Israel Santa a really run for his money. Since then, it's just been no competition. Yo Romero, you can say what you want. He ran. It is what it is. You're not going to be able to run from this guy, though. There's no running from Jan. He's going to be straight up on you. He's going forward. Jan's a very powerful fighter. A little bit anxious sometimes. He's got knocked out a couple times by running up and not holding on to his emotions. But he's an all round fighter to me. Very underestimated. I still don't get why you guys are underestimating Jan so bad. This is his division. All right, he's the champ. All right, and they're just saying Israel's just going to come up and take that, which I understand. There's so much clarity in what you guys are saying, and you know what? When it comes down to it, you can already see Israel Santa coming in there because he's going to be at a lighter weight. Moving faster. Keeping his kicks, legs, keeping distance, being accurate, trying to go in for strikes, trying to end it as quick as he can, I believe. And, he can keep trying to do that, but I feel as though you guys are very sleep on Jan, okay? One kick, just one kick to Israel Santa's ribs. One kick by that man. That's it. The whole fight will change. And if they do go to the ground, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell anybody. I don't even care. Jan's going to beat the fuck out of him if they go on the ground. I would be so shocked if Israel Santa pulled some crazy-ass jiu-jitsu and got him into a submission hold. That'd be crazy. Like, he'd get his black belt right there. He have to, But that's not going to happen because his jiu-jitsu, Jan's jiu-jitsu is very good. Very good. And yes, he's better than Israel on the ground. That's not even, Israel hasn't been doing it that long. I mean, hell, I've been doing jiu-jitsu for almost a year. I'm a white belt. And when I was a white belt, Israel Santa just got his blue belt. He was a white belt. So he got his blue belt and black belt in 1 year last year. Last year, he was a white belt like me. And then last year, he got his blue belt. And then this year, he got his purple belt. So, yeah. When I think about it, I'm telling myself, step up my game, Step up my game. All right. So, anyways, uh, it's it's hard. It's hard for what people are saying because I don't know how anyone can really take anyone's side at this because at the end of the day, it's such a great fight that I can't. I don't know who. I don't know what side to take. I can't sit here and be like, yo, I'm gonna take Jan or I'm gonna take Israel Santa. I want to take Israel Santa because I'm a fan of Israel. Um, and that's just a fan, And when it comes to being a fan, it just doesn't matter win or lose. I'm a fan of his. But if I don't want to be biased about it, I want to have my opinion straight up. For both of them, I I don't know who to pick, and that's the truth. I don't know. I don't know how anyone can really pick because this fight can go any way. This fight will be. We will know. We will know probably in less than a minute into that fight where this is going. But you guys got to understand that even if Israel is winning, you don't know what Jan will do. Jan has come back. Jan is a beast. The man goes out in 0 below Poland cold weather, opens up the river and sits in it once a week. Sits in the river. Man, the man is crazy. I'm saying, who does that? No one does that. Like, that's mental. That's some mental stuff. Like his mental is soup tight if he can stand in that cold. So you're gonna have to beat him with a TKO, and it might happen early. They're both saying they're gonna knock each other out in the first round or whatever the second. But as a fan viewpoint, I don't know which person who can win. Who can win? At this point, I don't know because it's such a good fight. Jan could do a head kick. Israel Santa could knock him out, because Jan runs up in him. Israel could do the Euro Romero, keep his distance, kick his legs. I don't see him taking him down, and if he takes him down, I'll be surprised. I will be, if he does that, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be lost, man. I'm gonna be like, man, who is this? And I'm an Israel Asante fan, so don't get it twisted. I'm just being logical right now. And logically, they both pan up to where it's like a up down, like Izzy could do this, Izzy could do but Jan can do this, and maybe Izzy's going up to fight Jan because he believes Jan's the easiest for him to go right now up to light heavyweight. But it's not going to be a picnic. It's not going to be something he's going to be able to do just easy. And if he thinks that, that's cool. But if you guys have any thought process in your mind and like fighting and know it's just a little bit about fighting and IQ, Jan's pretty good at his IQ too. Like, it's not that bad. Like, Jan's a veteran in this motherfucker. It's not going to be an easy day for Israel Sante. And there's so many it's so hard to talk about because there's so many aspects of what could happen in this fight because they're both so fucking good that you can't really put anything. Like, I seen Dan Hardy saying that, yeah, I could see all that, but what he's saying and other people on their podcast, but you don't know really at this point with both of their levels what's going to happen. We all want to see Israel Santa win because we want to see a champ. We want that for Israel, but also, Jan's gone through a lot to get where he's at too. His story's pretty tough too. He's went through a lot of beat downs. He's older too. I just think that Jan's really underestimated. I think that it's not going to be as easy as people think, and if it is, it'll be a jaw dropper. It'll be a great night for Israel. I just think that Jan will. I have this feeling, that Jan's gonna weather this storm. I don't know, something about all this this disrespect is probably giving him a little bit more of a fuel. Not to mention he just had his daughter, first time fighting as a father. I always tell you guys things change. Things change you as your first time becoming a father. Don't like to get into it this year because that's why I've been gone for a little bit because when the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, I mean, people can say what you want to say about Mahomes this year. He played a decent game, as best as he could. I'm not going to say too much, but I will say that if you don't think some of his game wasn't impacted this year about him becoming a father, you're wrong. It's a lot of people didn't catch them balls, but when you become a father, things change. You got to stay up a little bit later. You got to make more time for certain stuff, and it hinders some other stuff, so it changes you. But also at some other things, it fuels you, it gives you fire. So it's a take and give. But we'll see how Jan fights. I know that this is gonna be a very interesting fight for me. I don't think that this is going to be anything less than spectacular. I don't see anything else but a beautiful fight either way. Whoever wins, they're still champions in my book, you know. Um, so I'm gonna move on from that because it's a day before the fight, and I've been so busy with so much stuff that I'm just glad that I can sit down and talk about it. You know, I'm trying to stay up right now. I'm so tired. All right, I want to go into something serious though. I want to end this show off with some serious talk with you. Um, I want to talk about suicide. It's a very serious subject. I want to talk about it. I don't think we all really talk about suicide to each other and really go over how many numbers of people that died during this COVID. Last week or a couple days ago, if it was that Texas opened up theirs mass free, but as we go on, out through the year and COVID becomes more or less and less panicky, um, we tend to not think about the things that happened between the COVID. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And one of the things I just want to touch on is just one thing, because there's multiple stuff. But I just want to touch on one thing. I want to touch on suicide. How much suicide that was happening through COVID. I mean, it happens every day, but how impactful it was for me because of certain things that I was reading, certain things that I inquired about myself with certain people that I've talked to that are wanting to commit suicide. I had my run in with some friends that people that want to do it. Let's just say it like that, and just got me thinking. Like a person's suicide. And just how this COVID has affected everybody. And then I started doing some studies, and it baffled me just what I was learning, and I just want to go over it with y'all. I want y'all to know, like nearly 80,000, I want to say 800,000 people a year kill themselves, in the world. As far as the world, it's one of the second leading causes of death in the world. And when I say that, it's not the leading cause, it's one of the causes of death, in the world, So you got murder, you got suicide. Isn't that crazy? It's right under suicide, like in the world. Someone kills themselves for every 40 seconds. That's crazy. Every 40 seconds, someone takes their life. They say the worst time for suicide is in the spring and summer, which is coming up. And that's why I want to touch on it too, because summer's coming. I don't know where everyone's at in their lives, if it's cold, summer, or wherever you have it, but suicide is real. It's a factor. It's a very big factor, as I just told you. I was trying to give you guys like the numbers, a little bit of what COVID did as far as suicide in COVID, and the numbers are so big that I can't even do it yet. I have to do it, later on down when everything's done, because it's crazy, like I had no idea for real as far as suicide, how much people were, doing suicide every day like that. And like it's not as far as there's a lot of children that are killing themselves is what is crazy too. It's like these babies and these young men and young women killing themselves. It's so sad to watch, and for their families, their fathers, as a father myself, as a parent, either way, mother, or just to know that your child killed herself would devastate me. My heart goes out to them. Even if they could see the signs, and I'm gonna tell you a couple signs. So if you might have a friend or you might have a loved one that might be going through this, they start talking about dying, they having social withdrawals and sleep problems, and they change their personalities and appearances, and they start having they start doing self harm behavior towards themselves, threatening, talking about suicide, strong feelings of shame and guilt, depression. These are all signs, man. These are all signs. If you have anybody in your life right now that are showing any of these signs, or you yourself right now feel like you want to commit suicide, I want you to call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and it'll be up on here. You can call 800 223-8255. Call. And if it gets bad and you feel alone, please, any comments or anything in any of my stuff, I will get back to you. I promise you. And I want people to know, like, if anyone around you is feeling this way, depressed or feeling sad, take a moment. Take a moment. Stop what you're doing in your life. Look at them. See how they're feeling. Anybody. I don't care who it is. Even if you don't know them sometimes, what is a life if you're not living it to help? What are you doing if you can't see that someone's hurting? It's sad. And I understand the people that say it's not on us to help them. I get that. But isn't it on us a little bit to help them a little bit though? Even though to you it feels like that, isn't it though? I mean, even though you say it's not, isn't it though? Like, I don't know about you, but I couldn't walk by someone getting assaulted and not do something. I am who I am. I can't certain things I can't walk by. I'm not gonna walk by, and see a man pulling a gun, robbing a woman and her children right there. I don't think I could walk away and not help her and her children. I just don't think that's something that I couldn't do. And I'm not a hero. And I'm not someone to tell you the right, the wrongs, the things to do. But what I am saying is I'm a person telling you, wake up a little bit. There's people around us that are hurting sometimes, and we don't see that. We don't take the time of our lives to see it because we're so blinded and jaded by the things that we think that, manifest our destiny of things we want. Oh my God, these cars, these women, clothes. You could have a best friend right now, have all the money in the world, still be depressed and alone, and all it takes is a conversation too. That's what really sucks, knowing that if someone committed suicide around me and I couldn't help them, is maybe I could have looked around and just talked to them a little bit more, just a little bit more discussion. Maybe my conversation could have helped them to go to therapy, because I feel suicides want to be heard. I feel like they want to be talked to. And I feel like if we, as a society, as Americans, as people, took time out of our lives, and checked on people, how you doing today? How you doing? We've become a society of anti-socialism to where we don't really want to talk to each other. We really want to keep to ourselves, or we'd rather do social media. We'd rather talk and text. We'd rather do that than vocal to each other. We'd rather do that, like take all emotion out of anything and just text, and we're humans. We are prone to need. We are prone not to be alone. This is in your DNA, So the people that are feeling this way, I want you to know that you're not alone. There's more to life. There's people that love you, and I understand that you're depressed, and it doesn't matter if anyone loves you right now. It doesn't matter if anyone cares for you because you feel nothing's worth it. I understand that. But I want you to know that you are worth it. And I want you to know that if you feel that bad and you just want to talk to anybody, you can get in touch with me. You can get in touch with the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which you can call 800-273-8255, or write something. Do whatever you have to do, but don't give up. All right, and I know that's hard to say, and I know I'm nobody to say that, and I am just a person in front of a camera, just talking. But I am a person that's been where you've been in the situations I've been in my own. I've fought my own demons, and I want you to know that you don't have to fight those demons and be alone. You don't have to feel like you're not worthy or not enough. You don't have to feel that way. There's people that will help you. There's things in your life that will get tough, but it's like a tie. it will shower over you, but it will go away. You know, it'll go away. Everything is not permanent in this world, you know? And I want you all to know that, you know, everything is not permanent. What you feel right now is not permanent. How you're living in your life is not permanent. You will not be this way forever, you know? And that pain that you have inside you will not be there forever, all right? I love you all. I hope you guys have a positive day, all right? And like I said, if any of you guys know anyone that having suicidal thoughts or having any of these issues, please reach out to them. Help them. You know, your conversation, your thoughts could be the reason that you save someone's life or at least give someone a little hope and meaning. Okay? So if you know anyone that's having suicidal thoughts and you can't help them, you know, give them this number. All right, for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 800-273-8255. All right, you have a blessed day. I love all of y'all. Until next time, I'm out. It's the Note Show, baby.